Welcome back to the 2-Minute Updates, the Bob Davis Podcast. What are we going to talk about this morning? Well, first of all, I got to mention the Buffetenvy. This story is developing. I mentioned yesterday how his railroad, the Burlington Northern and the Santa Fe, will benefit from the decision not to extend the Keystone XL pipeline. A lot of people don't understand the full implications of what this means. We're going to talk about it, but basically the pipeline would carry oil from the oil sands up in Canada all the way down to the Gulf where it could be exported, and many, many jobs would be involved in building the pipeline and also in the, ports of New Orleans, which is one of, if not the most busy port in the United States, all right? Without the pipeline, the carrier of petroleum, the number one carrier of petroleum, is, in fact, the railroad. And BNSF carries 20% of the oil from Canada. So Warren Buffett, at least in the short term, would benefit enormously from a decision not to extend the Keystone XL pipeline. Then he's made this big deal about taxation and the fact that he pays less than his secretary, who pays tax at a higher rate than he does. And they're saying, we'd like to see her tax returns. We want to see her tax returns because the rumor is that she makes between $250,000 and $300,000 as his secretary, which she's entitled to. So we'll talk about that. Michelle Bachmann has decided to run for the 6th District Congress. We may talk to the congressman today. She's going to run for re-election, and there isn't a single positive story that I've seen in the local media about her now. If she was a Democrat returning from a presidential run, she would be treated as a conquering hero. And I want to point out once again, even though it sounds like a broken record, the bias of the failed liberal paper and the media in this market. I don't care what you think politically, but to constantly attack Bachmann is ridiculous. We'll talk about that. There's a big issue with Newt and his responses to John King. The media is counterattacking Newt, and the moderate horsemen, the headless horsemen of moderation and rhinoism, are riding hard to destroy Newt Gingrich. And yeah, Newt is a rhino too. They're now saying that the city of Minneapolis should basically take the skyways through eminent domain. Skyways are currently in Minneapolis owned by private companies. They're saying they should be taken by eminent domain. We'll talk about all of it coming up. Davis and Emmer, 6 to 9 this morning, Twin Cities News Talk, AM 1130.